Hi, this is Scott Nachatilo with OKC Home Realty, and I have a quick video for you here about just kind of a quick overview of the eviction process. The first step in the eviction process is providing a 5-day notice to quit to the tenant. Once a lease violation occurs or the tenant is late with their rent, you must provide the tenant with a 5-day notice to quit. And the notice must be posted on the door of the property or handed to the tenant. And one copy must be sent to the tenant at their property by certified mail. You can, if you do a Google search for 5-day notice to quit in Oklahoma, I believe you can find a standard form for doing that 5-day notice. One quick note: if you are a person who is thinking about doing the eviction by yourself, I would suggest that you look at hiring an eviction attorney. Since COVID, it's just gotten much more difficult to do evictions, and we used to do all of our evictions in-house, and we've stopped doing that because we simply could not keep up with all of the rule changes, and we were tired of having our cases dismissed because of small errors that we made and not being able to keep up with the procedures. So once the 5-day notice period has expired and nothing, if the tenant has not paid their rent within that time frame, you can file for eviction. Or let's say that your attorney is filing for that eviction. A good thing to do is simply, again, turn that over to an eviction attorney, someone who has experience in taking care of those things. It takes about a week for them to, once they have everything they need to file on the tenant, and they're going to need several things. They're going to need the lease, a copy of the lease, a copy of the 5-day notice to quit, and a ledger that shows, for instance, if you're evicting them for non-payment of rent, if there is a lease violation of some other type other than non-payment of rent, you need to provide them with details about the lease violation and perhaps some proof in that regard. Again, it should take them, once they have that information, about a week to get a court date, and they will also have to have a process server hand the tenant or post to the tenant a notice informing the tenant of the court date. And once you have that court date, your attorney has that court date, and you get a judgment from the court for possession of the property. At that point, you can look at doing a lockout. If the tenant's still in the property and they haven't moved out yet, you'll have to get a sheriff's lockout done. Your attorney can advise you of what that consists of. If they've moved out of the property and your attorney says, we have possession of the property, then you can go in, you can change the locks yourself. And also, just one caveat: if they've left things in the property that are of value, you cannot just throw them away or take them. They have 30 days in which to pay the court judgment to get those items back from you. So be careful about what you throw away. Keep that in mind. And that is a little bit about the eviction process in Oklahoma.